Hi, this is Rachel Hill with Hostal Waters, and we have a special report. We're here for a book signing with worldwide talent manager Mathew Knowles. If you don't know who Mathew Knowles is, that's Beyonce's father. But not only is he a talent manager, but he does a lot of things too. And he's in town for the weekend for the Survivors of Violence concert series. He's also here to promote a book called The DNA of Overachievers. So we're going to have a chance to talk to him in a few minutes and figure out what do we need to do to find our most successful self. This is Rachel Hill with Hostal Waters. This is Rachel Hill with Hostal Waters Entertainment, and we're here today with a special interview. We are here today with Mathew Knowles. And if you don't know who Mathew Knowles is, he's one of the architects of one of the greatest girl groups of all time, Destiny's Child. But not only is he a business talent manager, he also is a writer. And one of the reasons why he's here in Cleveland is for the Victims of Survivors Week. So this is an important week in our city where we try to quell the violence and reach out to the community. Now Mathew is here today at McDonald's promoting his book called The DNA of Achievers, 10 Traits of Highly Successful Professionals. And Mr. Knowles,
well, hello Rachel.
To Cleveland.
Well, thank you.
How are you doing?
Well, I jumped off the plane and came straight to work.
So how are you enjoying our city so far?
Well, I love Cleveland. I have family that's here. When I was a kid growing up in Gaston, Alabama, the first major city that I ever visited, I guess I was about 10 years old, was Cleveland, Ohio. And then I thought the Terminal Tower was the tallest building in the world. And I remember that. My uncle lived on a street that had bricks on it. I had never seen that before.
Really?
So I always have had an opportunity. I've been here on tours before with various artists. So Cleveland's a great city.
Now, what's your favorite city here? You know, there's a lot of little
I don't know.
cities.
Just in my head, I had a mental thing thinking
Shaker
about.
Heights?
No, I was thinking about San Francisco Warriors. Oh, I'm sorry.
What? Now you know they're going down, and that's not funny.
Okay.
So I'm sure our city looks very different from what it looked like the last time you were here.
It does. It really does. I only 2 buildings I recognize downtown. A whole bunch of new buildings that's surrounding it, and certainly the Terminal Tower is not the tallest building anymore.
Now you make sure you got to come back again. Now you're a very busy guy. You're a talent manager. What made you decide to write a book?
Well, a lot of things. I travel a lot. You know, like today, I sit on a plane next to someone, and they just want to talk and talk. And a lot of these folks are highly successful. And I began to recognize all these similarities that they have. And I thought about some of my friends and some of the similarities that they had. And I thought about myself. And that's how I came about it, just through my travels and listening to people and just recognizing talent.
Now, what do you feel that people need to recognize about themselves?
Well, it starts with one thing: passion. You know, most people have not recognized what they're passionate about, and they unfortunately live a life that's not full of passion. And I say, when you live your passion, you never work a day in your life. Think about that. When you live your passion, you never work. So folks say, well, how can you do this 7 days a week? And today I spent a lot of time over to Ronald McDonald's house and gave a generous donation because Destiny's Child did a major tour once with Ronald McDonald's house in McDonald's. Then we stopped at the, what is it called, the Museum for Rock and Roll.
Oh, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then we stopped somewhere else, and now we're here. And I just got here about 12 o'clock today. So that's what my days are like. I leave here on Sunday, I go back to Houston, and then Monday I leave to go to Charleston, South Carolina. And then I'm there on Monday, I get back to Houston Tuesday, and then on Thursday I go to Los Angeles, and then I come back to Houston, and then I go Sunday to New York. That's how my life is, but I love it. And I was just in Gaston and Birmingham on Monday of next week.
Now you have another group.
Actually, it was Monday of this week. See, I travel so much I forget sometimes.
Too much going on.
Too much going on.
So can you give us a little snippet about Blush?
Well, Blush is a female trio. I know a little something about that, having had Destiny's Child. But you know, a lot of people forget that Trin-i-tee 57 is on my record label, and they're the greatest selling female gospel trio in the history of music. And so Blush is never been done before. 2 rappers and a vocalist. And so it's a different sound. And we try to think outside of the box, which is one of the things we talk about in the DNA of Achievers, is thinking outside of the box and not being boxed-in thinkers. A lot of people, they whatever people tell them to do, they do it. They can't think beyond that. So Blush is thinking outside of the box with the concept.
Now you manage singers and dancers and things like that. What are your talents?
I have never managed a dancer in my life.
Can you dance though? Can you sing?
No, I can dance.
Okay.
I'm a G. Check it out.
Okay, there we go.
I'm a G. I used to sing.
Now, are you participating in the celebrity basketball game? Because you're kind of tall. You're a little tall.
Well, I played college basketball.
Okay.
And was a high school star actually in Alabama. I've been warned. Probably not a good idea for me to play, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Because the game is tomorrow, so you participate in the celebrity game.
2 o'clock.
Yeah. You gonna hoop a little bit? Dunk on somebody maybe?
Dunk I can.
Okay.
I can dunk a donut.
Okay.
What I can do. I'm real good at that, by the way.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wait. This is
Yeah. Well, you got more books to sign, so people want to meet you. They want to talk
First of all, let me. I gotta sell something. You're gonna ask me where can people go and purchase the book? You were supposed to ask me that.
We're gonna put that on the website.
No, I want to say it.
Go ahead.
Go
Please tell
to
everybody.
DNAofachievers.com. DNAofachievers.com. The other thing you didn't ask me is, am I writing another book? And the answer is yes.
Okay.
That's why I was in Birmingham and Gaston, Alabama, because that's where I grew up. I was born in 1952. Most of these people don't know what 1952 looked like. But I was there being the first. I never went to a black school until my junior year of college. So think about that. 1952, I never went to a black elementary school, black junior high school, black high school, University of Tennessee, and then I transferred and went to Fisk my junior year. And so this is talking about all the racism that I've experienced, and I still experience it. And so the title of that book is Racism from the Eyes of a Child, and that'll be out in June. You didn't ask me what I do, other than music. You know, 10 years I've taught at Texas Southern University. We created a program called Entertainment Recording Industry, Entertainment Recording Management, ERM. 5 years ago I went back and got my MBA, and I went back a couple of years ago and got my PhD. So
doctrinal. Well, you know, usually, but with interviews, you only want to take a couple minutes.
You're supposed to do your research before you interview somebody.
Well, I got a little research, but then also too, I got to be cognizant of your time too, because you're a very busy guy.
You're a very important person. This is a very important interview. These people are enjoying it. So
they're enjoying watching you school me about what I need to do. That's what they're enjoying. Because not the doctor and the teacher is coming out. So he's teaching me a little bit about journalism. Like, this is what you need to be doing. See, maybe you need to manage me. You want to manage me because you get my game together.
No, I want to teach you.
Yeah, so you can teach me. You can manage me. That's what managers do.
Wait. In June will be announced the Mathew Knowles Institute for Music Business and Entrepreneurship. And it's e-learning where you get a certificate and you can, at your own pace, get a certificate. You want to know about, we have 800 classes. So if you want to know how managers are, or how to be an entrepreneur, or how to start a company, or just walk you through that at the self-pace.
Okay, now where they got to go again to get that information?
Well, we haven't announced it. I'm going to announce that, just letting you be one of the first of the Mathew Knowles Institute for Entrepreneurship and Music Business.
Okay.
Now, I guess we can end our... Now that we covered everything.
Is there anything else though you want to tell everybody?
I'm so proud of Beyonce and Solange. You know, they're the first sisters in the history of music to have #1 albums. So I guess we'll end this way. Why don't we have a seat at the table and drink some lemonade?
They got lemonade on tap for us. We're doing that now? Or
She didn't get that.
Oh,
Seat at the table and drink some lemonade.
Well, there is an outtake section that we're going to have.
That would be Beyonce's album and Solange's album, which is Seat at the Table. Beyonce's album is Lemonade.
Okay.
So we're going to have a seat at the table and drink some lemonade.
I kind of thought we were doing that for real though, but that's okay.
We are.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And you guys, that is Mathew Knowles, who just gave me some education in journalism. He told me to step my game up for the next time. But make sure you definitely get out and get this book, because obviously it's some great tips, and I got some valuable in-person tips. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we appreciate it. Dr. Knowles. Dr.
Either one.